King on screen.
Are you Richard Lawson?
Live and in person, Mr. Norman. Just came up from Milford. Real glad to be here, sir.
But yeah, cheers to Madge. And let's jump into King on Screen.
Hmm.
Sometimes they come back. This is 1991, a TV release, I believe.
Yep, I believe so. Video release. Yeah. Now that
Yeah.
you got me thinking, but yep. Uh, Directed by Tom McLaughlin.
Yes, great Tom McLaughlin.
Yeah.
I just rewatched this, Robert, in anticipation of the show. I haven't seen it in a few years. I saw it back in the 90s. For me, let me just give a little background on this. This was based on King's short story of the same name from Night Shift, and it was first published, as apparently all his stories are, in Cavalier magazine, 1974. Um,
Those things got to be worth something. Now, I don't know. I'm just curious if you have original Stephen King just to have it, you know?
I looked them up on
I don't,
eBay. Some
yeah.
some go for kind of pricey, some are just regular
Yeah.
because they're like Playboy kind of magazines. So I
Yeah.
feel like not every fan's going to want to have that on the
Well,
wall.
that's true.
But
A real Stephen King fan. Stephen King used this fountain pen.
he used this fountain. Would like to
Sorry,
take it.
you got, yeah,
Tim Matheson's in this one. Brooke
yep.
Adams. Uh,
Who is previously in the Dead Zone?
yes,
Speaking of Stephen King,
yes, indeed. And the Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
I
Um,
do love Brooke Adams and Mr. Robert Ressler.
yes, Robert Ressler's in this one.
Yeah,
This was who's in Elm Street?
he's Elm Street 2,
Two.
Freddy's Revenge. So,
Yes.
and I think were you with us when we bumped into Robert at Hollywood Show? I can't remember. So,
Oh, I don't think
maybe
so.
I can remember. I think Brian, I can't remember. So, anyway, I think Brian was taking a secret picture. And
Love it.
so so I was like, well, pretend you're taking a picture of me and I'm doing this, even though he's taking a picture, I'm pretending to pose. And then Robert Ressler thought I was reenacting something he did. So he came up and started
Oh, that's
talking
so
to us and
cool. He
stuff
thought it
anyway.
was
So
like a
yeah,
an
so
homage.
but and
Oh,
I've
very cool.
uh it's always interesting because like for Robert actually I've kind of known, but because if you know, Sean Clark refused to do an Elm Street 2 Horror Solid Grounds. And so my first Horror Solid Grounds article was Nightmare on Elm Street 2 for the Horror Hound magazine on purpose because
Oh, wow.
Sean kind of refused to do it. So
He didn't want to touch it.
I had my tie to Robert Ressler for that. So we talked about that. But
Oh,
anyway,
that's so cool. That's
so
awesome.
back to Sometimes They Come Back.
Sometimes they come back. Dino De Laurentiis produced this one, which I didn't realize.
He loves some Stephen King.
He does love some
Yeah.
Stephen King. This one is it it was originally adopted for a segment of Cat's Eye, but it was developed
Mm.
separately later.
Oh, that's right.
It's a product of its time. The story's okay. It is, I did read the short story Night Shift. It's a lower budget TV film, but it serves its purpose. It's faithful to the material, and it's not over the top scary, but it works as a nice
Yeah.
little TV movie.
It's been a hot minute since I've seen it, so I can't, not everything's kind of coming back to me, but kind of say typical Stephen King because is it the 50s? I call them the greasers, Robert
Oh
Ressler and
yeah,
stuff like that. Yeah. So that's kind of a Stephen King typical kind of trope, I think. And it's not too different than, let's say It or kind of same things that he's living in past and present. Is kind of his thing, but it's like you see a little bit of that here. But I do remember I thought it was decent at the time, just not iconic, if that makes
right.
sense.
That
Yeah.
no, it makes perfect
Yeah.
sense. That's probably the best way to sum it up. There's shades of Christine in there because they have that 50s car that comes back with them, and
Mm.
you see it on the highway creeping, and but yeah, they're demons, that ghosts, whatever, that come back, and there was a tragedy, and they're coming back to haunt him, and he's a teacher, and it's always funny in this film and a few others how they can just get away with like yelling out in class. Like remember the movie with Michelle Pfeiffer where she's like the teacher.
Oh yes, oh,
What
for
was that
sure.
called?
Dangerous Minds. Is
Dangerous
that right?
Minds, and
Yeah,
they're all
yeah.
just like, "Hey, Buck, you're doing this, and she's pregnant." It's like, I guess we can just yell out in class in high school. Like as a kid watching this, I'm like, "Can you do that? Can you
That's
just
what
like
we did
yell
in the
out?"
80s. Yes.
Apparently, you could just blurt stuff out. There's a lot of that in this movie, and you're like, "All right," because he's a teacher.
Uh,
But
and I should do
yeah,
the location. Like these locations are about 3 hours from me. So,
really.
yeah, down in Missouri. So you think at some point I should have done that, but you
Oh
know me.
wow,
It's like, oh, that's too much trouble.
it's too much trouble.
It's all the way there.
It was in Missouri. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah,
Very
I don't know
cool.
why I don't know why that is now that I think about it, because I don't think there's any tax credits going on in Missouri. But
Yeah, I don't.
yeah,
That's an interesting choice.
yeah.
The I remember when I first saw this, it was we rented it from Blockbuster, some friends and I, and the cover I always thought was kind of cool. It's this guy right here with the flaming car, and
Mm,
yeah, it's kind of cool. It's like what's
yeah.
going on, but
But yeah, and I think I'll have to look. So did they make a sequel to this too? I'm sure it'll come up. But
oh right, right. I never saw the sequel if they
okay.
did, but
Was it
yes, they
called Sometimes They Come Back? That's just the same title. No.
actually they there's two
Oh,
sequels.
is there too? Okay.
There's sometimes they come back
Okay.
again in '96, and then '98. Sometimes they come back for more.
Mm. See, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, you're right. Switch it
Oh,
up a
like
bit.
I know what you did last summer. They just the legacy sequel is just called the same thing. It's like, come on, just
Right.
add the others at least knew added a word or two, to make it a little
Something different.
yeah.
I haven't seen the sequels, but I would imagine they were just like a Children of the Corn. Like if we can just somehow crowbar Stephen King's name on this, we'll get it greenlit. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
yeah, they were
That
still
old
doing that at the
ploy.
time, but
Yeah.
yeah. So I don't remember. I don't re obviously I remember I had read the short story, but I did nothing. I don't recall any of it kind of at the time. But it this was like I would say typical Stephen King because the he loves the your bad things of the past will always come back to haunt you.
Does
Is
yeah.
always the theme for.
He's all about it. But yeah, it's okay. It's one of the better ones on our list over the on this list over the past few. I mean, we go from the moving finger to this. Like I think this
Yeah, we got some winners here.
we got some winners. We're still in the dark days of the '90s horror.
Yeah. So yeah, this is where we're creeping up into what was this 91 that I'm looking. Uh,
Yes.
but it's just like, whew, it was just not a good time.
Right.
Not a good
No.
time for horror. So